UT Classic. Let me see if anyone else wants to hang on, give my or hop on, give myself a little bit of a voice break.
Yeah.
Zaleon, you wanna hop on, or are you doing dubs?
Yeah, I mean, if you can, like, he needs a little bit of a voice break.
Yeah, I just need a little break to like get water or something. So if you wanna hop on.
Yeah, so Max out here gonna take a break. There's going to be a very, very good classic, right? So Minus versus Waltz. There's almost every single winners finals that here at UT. Quite honestly, I mean, favorite oftentimes just jumps here. So I mean that's kind of nice. But man, this is we've seen this matchup about 1,000 times and a half.
Yeah, it's a pretty frequent matchup here.
Yeah.
But nevertheless, it's always like, it's kind of a toss-up between the two. Who's going to win and who's not.
Yeah. Minus, like, the recent train has been Minus, but, like, I've seen Waltz in his prime. I think he's technically still in his prime, but I've seen him, like, take sets off of Minus, so you should never doubt it. Although the first talk is going to inevitably be taken by Minus.
By that up smash.
Yep. And I'm actually glad that up smash works, because sometimes they fall out of it, I've seen it happen too. It's funny.
I think it tends to happen on platforms.
Yeah.
Where it's like the tip of the water is just barely hitting them. So, generally though, Minus is putting on quite a lead, and if Walter's not able to bring it back, it's going to be pretty tough for him to.
Yeah, Greninja is such an oppressive character, but against Waltz, who actually wants to create his own space around, right? He likes to zone out characters, but the real question is whether or not Minus is going to allow him to do so, right? If Walter cannot separate space between him and Minus, it's going to be really rough. And this is getting actually very rough to make a comeback. Mega Man, not a character known to make comebacks. Especially, he's great when he has the lead, but when he doesn't have the lead, that's a different story altogether. Good thing from back here though, that's going to that's at least going to close the gap,
Yeah. So, I think if Ian's able to keep the pressure up and just keep capitalizing on Waltz's mistakes, he's definitely going to be able to run with this game and run with the lead.
For sure.
But I think that what Waltz needs to really just work on just whittling away at this and just playing that evasive game that he usually does. He can't let Minus's gameplay get into his head and get rushed down like he continuously is being.
Yeah, Minus is one of the more oppressive Greninjas I've seen, and not allowing Walter to move or even do what Walter wants to do is kind of bad. As you said, getting Minus's gameplay or playing into his game is the worst thing you could do. Another thing as well is that Minus is actually quite good at item play himself. So, I remember I think earlier he used one of Rob's gyro to confirm into a shadow sneak.
Yeah, I saw that. That was pretty good. I really liked that. But okay, I think I'm playing my double smash, so I need to go. But
I'll do solo for now. Whatever the case may be, that was a very good backer coming in from Waltz. It's one of those things that he just does, and especially since he floated for a little bit on the ledge, allowing him to get such punish. But right now, though it's one stock, you cannot allow Minus to play his game. As we see right now, is not going very well for Waltz. Good thing for building up percent, but he's so down in percent, and a character such as Mega Man requires. Yeah, characters such as Mega Man requires such a precise play that missing his game set is the worst thing that could do. And Minus running away with this lead and essentially taking the game. Whatever the case may be, we're gonna start right back into game 2.
And yeah, two really like absolutely incredible players going against each other.
Talk closer to the mic.
Talk closer.
Yeah, to the mic.
Sorry.
Yeah, we're seeing right now that it's starting off like last game really, where like Minus is not allowing Waltz to play his game. Like you see, Waltz is a really good zoner. Or Mega Man is a really good zoner, and Waltz is a good pilot. Like pilots this character kind of well.
Yeah,
but
amazing.
Good
amazing.
counter
Yeah,
on the Crash Bomber.
Amazing plays there, and but yeah, Midas is just going straight in, playing very rushdown, and not letting him shoot any of his pellets, which is what Waltz always wants to do.
Yeah. Waltz always wants to set up a bubble, and that's it. Yeah. Good stuff on Minus for reading the forwarder and doing a backer of his own.
Waltz looks like he's going to adapt though and play a much more aggressive game now. Going with a lot less projectiles and a lot more of the just trying to keep Minus out.
Yeah, like Waltz using his disjoints on the forwarder and back air, and I mean good stuff for him because like both of those moves are one of his fastest. Oh, we're gonna see a pineapple? No, sir. This is getting pretty good. Oh, that's it. Yeah,
Ooh,
down
yeah.
smash gonna take it. So, against players that don't really know Mega Man, like they might allow Walter to get back to ledge like that, but not Minus. Minus knows that the more time you kind of like float around the ledge, the better it is for him, especially since like both his down smash and his forward smash come out rather quickly. Down smash in particular hitting below the ledge.
Oh, and a great snipe by Waltz there.
Oh, that's it.
But and so one of the most important things for Mega Man is getting the opponent above you, because he has amazing juggles and it's really hard to land against him.
Yeah. Another thing too is that counter coming in clutch because no tech
oh my
on that.
God, yeah.
That's going to do a lot of damage.
Lots of damage. Lands almost a pseudo infinite.
I mean, yeah, it's a pseudo infinite. Oh, that yeah,
But
good
only
for
if
there.
they don't tech.
Untechable though. Yeah.
And great parry. That's a very hard move to parry.
Yeah, it is. Well, yeah, and good stuff for Minus, but yeah, that pseudo infinite as you call it was kind of hard to like tech against because he comes out so fast. So I get why Minus was able to get 2 repetitions in it.
Honestly, though, I think that instead of going for the 3rd repetition, he should have just gone for an up smash.
Yeah.
And Minus takes the game with the frog feet.
Well, I think it's a best of 5.
Yeah.
Right now.
Take the game versus take the set.
Yeah, it's one of those that is one of those things that you can really do against Greninja, right? Greninja is such a fast character, and you might be tempted to float around the ledge, or like kind of like take your time recovering. But since Greninja has such a fast air mobility, you cannot take your time. You have to make a quick decision on snap.
Yeah, and just Greninja, he's just a master of applying pressure in every single situation.
Yeah, especially in the air where Walter doesn't really have the best of air drift, and it's not like Yoshi where he can kind of weave in and weave out. He kind of has to take his position. And so there's that. One thing for sure that we'll have to keep in mind is that Walter, if he wants to win this game, he has to take 2 sets. He has to do essentially a reverse 3-0. And Minus, like the thing is, sometimes when you're this comfortable in your lead, you kind of just take the foot off the pedal. But not Minus. He keeps applying pressure and plays this game till the very end, honestly.
Waltz is definitely adapting, though, and he's able to get much more in his comfortable position, where it's like about half the screen away, just zoning you out with the lemons, and like just very aggressive zoning, not letting you get in, and then when you try to get in, he uses a forward air or a back air to stuff.
Yeah, one thing for sure is that Waltz doesn't really drop edge guards. Good tech from Minus coming in.
And the down air. Waltz loves his down air. It's kind of his signature move.
Yeah, for sure, and that's going to take it at 149. One thing you have to keep in mind with Walter is that he doesn't drop edge guards very often. Like he's one of the best edge trapper or like ledge trappers and edge guarders at UT, right? Mm-hmm. If he wants to keep you in like the ledge, he will try to do so. And that's actually where, like, at least at lower levels, that's where he gets most of his damage.
Oh, amazing tech there. Uses the iframes to avoid certain death. And Waltz, much more comfortable in this game.
Yeah,
we're really seeing his playstyle shine.
This is such a difference from playstyle from game 1 and game 2. Waltz is able to get in what he wants.
And putting on a lot of pressure with the saw, just having it there, just kind of dictates where you can and can't go.
Yeah.
It's a lot like the banana in Smash 4 and in Smash Ultimate.
Yeah. And you can see very clearly that Waltz is pretty good at conditioning his opponents because, you just saw the first trump in a while. Usually he will run off or he will keep you on the ledge, but if you hang on for too long, he will do a ledge trump, and that's it. Yeah, you can't really do that against Greninja because that water shower will kill you at higher percents. And Waltz kind of just knew he wasn't gonna be able to do much, so he just did a crash bomber to do the most damage he could. Given his options. Minus was such in a great place, and Walter tried to do a down tilt to cover that option, but didn't do very well. Not getting the 2-frame.
Now he is definitely in a great position versus Minus, but Minus just uses the movement to put himself in a much more favorable position almost immediately.
Yeah, Minus has been trying to go for that up smash on the platforms, but not working very well for him. Though, don't jinx it because he can always come back from that, right?
Yeah, and but Minus is definitely going to try to.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. So I'm expecting Minus to try to adapt and go even more rush down. Now that he's realizing that playing the relatively slower footsies game isn't working, because the key thing against Waltz is when you get in, you have to make it count because you are not going to get many chances to get in.
Yeah, well, that's for sure. And another thing we just noticed is that forward air has such a disjoint that actually beats Leaf Shield.
Does it actually?
Well, we just saw that Waltz lost the stock because of it.
Yeah, and
I mean, the other thing is you gotta give credit to Minus for that perfectly spaced forward air too.
Yeah, Minus is incredible at spacing. He's able to play rushdown while still keeping the opponent just out of range.
Yeah, because with Greninja you don't want to go in and have a lot of moves be negative. So you have to give credit to good spacing and good movement will do pretty both of those will go a long way, right?
Yes. Definitely.
Oh, good. Oh, that was almost a good read from Minus. He was kind of expecting the air dodge drift in, and up smash not gonna be great, and that's it.
It does not matter.
Gonna do it. Clean 3-0 from Minus. Although that last game was very, very good for Waltz. It's a good adaptation, but Minus managed to adapt back.
Oh, I didn't know you were okay.
On that said, and this is the great things we like to see from Minus and Waltz. Both players adapting to each other's playstyle. And even more impressive when you consider the fact that Minus adapted within the game, right? Sometimes it's one game, one player adapts, the other game, the other player adapts, and it kind of got back and forth. But in this set in particular, Minus was just able to hold on to basically hold on to the flow of the game, if you would put it that way.
Yeah, like the sign that somebody's a great player is when they're able to adapt while the game is going on.
Yeah. And Minus was doing so many good option selects, right? He kind of, he was reading that Walter was air dodging in, and once we put in down tilt percent, he kind of dashed back and charged the forward smash, right? Expecting an air dodge in, right, to cover the lag. That's such a great